You ever live in a house that felt wrong? I mean, not creaky floors or bad plumbing. Wrong. Like the walls were holding their breath, waiting for something. Well, let me tell you about the farmhouse I stayed in the summer of '68, just before I turned 20. It was in rural Pennsylvania, near a town that don't even exist anymore, washed away in a flood years back. I was working odd jobs, taking whatever came my way, when a farmer offered me free board and some cash to help out with repairs on his old property. Sounded good. Isolated, quiet. I figured I'd have time to think, maybe write a bit. But I didn't do no writing that summer. The house was an old colonial, stood alone on the edge of a thicket, paint peeled off like sunburned skin, windows were fogged even from the outside. The man who owned it, Mr. Colson, was decent enough, real quiet, lived there with his daughter Grace. Pretty girl, but pale as paper, and didn't say much. Always looking over her shoulder like someone was following her. The first night I slept in the upstairs guest room, I heard knocking from under the floorboards. 3 knocks. Always 3. Thought it was the pipes, maybe rodents. Didn't make much of it. But the next night, same thing. 3 a.m. sharp. Knock, knock, knock. So I asked Colson about it. He tensed up, hands gripped the table like it was trying to run away. Said, "Don't mind it. Old houses got old sounds." Grace, though, her eyes filled with tears. She whispered, "It's him. He doesn't like strangers in the house." I asked her who she meant, but Colson barked at her to hush. Said it was bedtime. We didn't speak of it again. Couple days later, I was fixing the cellar stairs. They'd rotted out, and Colson wanted them replaced. Thing is, the cellar door had 3 locks on it. One on top, one in the middle, and one real heavy bolt on the bottom. I asked why. He said rats. But I ain't never heard of a rat that needed iron bolts to keep out. Still, I did my job. Opened the door, and that's when I smelled it. Damp earth, rust, and rot. The kind of stink that gets in your throat. The cellar was pitch black, so I grabbed a lantern and started down. Halfway, I noticed it wasn't empty. In the back, there was a little room, bricked in on 3 sides, with metal bars like a jail cell. The door to the cell was bent, like someone had tried to force their way out. Inside was a cot, chains, and something scratched into the brick over and over again. "Let me out." I backed away real slow, heart pounding in my ears. Didn't tell Colson what I saw. That night, the knocking didn't come at 3 a.m. It came at 2:59. And this time, it didn't stop at 3 knocks. It kept going, knock, 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 knock. Faster and faster, like fists pounding to be let out. The mirror in the room fogged up from behind, like breath. I grabbed my things and ran to the barn, slept with the horses that night. Next morning, Grace found me. Her eyes were sunken, voice like wind through a grave. "He knows you saw the room," she said. "You shouldn't have gone down there." That afternoon, Colson told me I'd been helpful, but that the job was over. Offered to pay me double if I left by nightfall. I didn't argue. As I was packing the last of my things into my truck, I looked up at the house. Grace was in the upstairs window, pale hand pressed to the glass, tears streaking down her cheeks. Behind her, in the shadow, was a tall figure, too tall. Its arms were wrong, bent backward like broken twigs. Its face, I still can't rightly describe it, hollow, like a mask made of ash and teeth. Then the window cracked, like from the inside, and I drove off so fast I nearly flipped the truck. I never saw Colson or Grace again. heard rumors later that the farmhouse burned down in a lightning storm. No bodies were found, just ash and chains. Now, I don't tell this story for kicks. I tell it 'cause sometimes, when I'm alone late at night, I still hear it. Just one. But that's all it takes to send me reaching for the shotgun